Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you remember last time we were in The Sims 4, we created Aang and Sokka from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and today we are going to be creating Katara and Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender because I am cheeky and I'm a Zutara shipper. So we are going to randomize Sokka's sister and she will be Katara. So I'm going to give her name so then I can actually, and honestly, I kind of just did that so then I can have the same, like skin tone. So I'm going to put Katara, because she'll be Katara Del Mar. And then I'm going to click on Sokka and then delete him. So then we can have, and he's already on my gallery, so I don't have to worry about it. But we are going to be doing Katara. So Katara kind of also has an angular-ish face like Sokka. So I might tweak her facial features. Like I might tweak her jaw a little bit and make it a little bit more angular like this one. And she's kind of got the same nose he does. I wonder if we change her brows, if that will help. And then we also got to do her personality too. So they are a little thinner than his are. I don't know that I want to quite make them those ones. They're not super arched. And I want to give her a little bit fuller lips than what Sokka has. There we go. And then her nose, I think she's got the same nose as he does, but for some reason, I don't think she did have the same nose, but maybe she did. Maybe that's what the randomizing thing was. I feel like hers is a little bit more straight down than his is, but maybe that's just because the picture that we have. And we are going to give her bright blue eyes. Did we give him, I don't even remember what color eyes that we gave him. Okay, we gave him these eyes, I think. No, we gave him these eyes. I guess let's keep the same eyes that he has. But we are going to find her some large expressive eyes. And she does have eyelashes. I don't want her to look like an alien though. Okay, let's get into her personality first. Let me start off with that. So Katara, what would she want to do? Not animal things. She wants to be a master waterbender and like teach. Because I don't want to do like the spa thing and have it be like healing or whatever. She wants to be the best waterbender in the world. But I don't want to make her a celebrity. Maybe we can make her a master mentor. That seems like it would be okay. She is a practice makes perfect person for sure. I'm probably going to make her a child of the ocean and probably an idealist because I know that she has like, she's definitely the one that brings people together and rallies them together. So I think idealist would be for her. She's not the greatest actress, so maybe she wouldn't like that so much. I think she would like baking though, because I think, and cooking, because I think that's something that she would like do with her gran. She does dance. I probably should have put that for Aang's, and I didn't even think about that. She probably would like skiing and snowboarding, because she went penguin sledding with Aang. So she probably would enjoy those. She probably would enjoy wellness. She definitely doesn't have a lot of hobbies that I think are her own hobbies. I think they're hobbies, I mean in the show, by the way. I think they're hobbies that are like put upon her. So if we think about some things that she would like to do by herself that she would pick up if she were like modern day college thing, just outside of her family and stuff, I think she probably would garden and paint and do pottery. I think she would do stuff like that. And then obviously she likes blue. She for sure likes deep thoughts, discussing hobbies and interests. She does not like malicious interactions. And I don't want to say that she likes arguments or dislikes arguments, because she kind of starts some arguments. She's a very physical person though, and she doesn't really appreciate potty humor, which is, yeah, she's annoyed by her brother whenever she uses that. She loves stories, and she's not like super into silly behavior, but she doesn't hate it either. So let's do characteristics. She doesn't like ambitiousless Sims. She probably would like artsy Sims. She kind of likes bad boys, to be totally honest with you. And I would say emotional decision makers. She probably would like those. That definitely sounds like her because she's also a very emotional decision maker. She likes family motivated and funny Sims and those who are hardworking and optimistic people. She does not like pessimistic people. And she probably would like classical music, but I think she would also, once she's on her own, find out that, I mean, obviously nature soundscapes too, probably, but she probably would like pop music and maybe some R&B. So let's I guess we'll work on her hair and her face first. So I'm going to give her some eyelashes. Yeah, I think that definitely helps. And then her hair, I think if this were modern times and still after the event of the 100-Year War, which we need to, can we make her hair darker without it being black? I don't think so. I think she would wear her hair down because, I mean, she does in the comics too. So let's find something down, maybe with some braids. And I think, because it's very thick, so I kind of feel like she would have some texture to her hair. Like that's very, very Katara to me. Because I imagine that she's got some like at least wave to her hair. The problem is all these hairstyles that are down don't have anything else going for them. Like it's just down. Like there's nothing else with it. It's not like half up, half down and like textured. Like, I mean, this one is, but I don't know that I like the bun. You can sort by hair texture. What the heck? I don't want to give her the braid. I might do this one because it's almost reminiscent of her book 3 look. So maybe we'll put her in that. Obviously, we need to have her have something that looks like her mother's necklace. This, honestly, that is the move. It's going on every outfit. Even her pajamas. There we go. Add to all outfits. Okay. And then makeup. She probably would wear something light if this was modern day. Maybe something like this. Cute little highlight in the corner. And then we'll probably add that to all of her outfits. Actually, everything but her sleepwear and her swimwear. Oh, and her athletic wear. Okay, eyeliner. Would she need eyeliner? I don't know. Because I think the lashes that I chose have eyeliner, but maybe she'd do like a baby wing. Or, I kind of don't like it. I kind of don't like the wing because I like how the eyelashes look. And then cheeks. I feel like she'd be kind of a natural pink kind of blush person. Like just enough that it's like kind of there to bring some warmth to her face, but not too much. We'll also add that to everything but those other outfits, like athletic sleep, and swimwear. And then she'd probably be a gloss girl or like a lip oil. Not a gloss. It's not a gloss anymore. It is a lip oil. So let's put her maybe in this and like change the opacity a little bit. Like make the brightness a little bit up and make it slightly pinker. There we go. And then add that to the same outfits. Okay. And then I think she would do highlighter, but let's change the opacity down a little bit. Perfect. And add those to the same outfits. So now that we've got that, let's think about what she would wear every day. We also gotta, so Katara is also strong. So we'll give her some muscles. And I think she would be, because she does wear a dress in the series, I wonder if she would want a more casual like look in a modern day time. So let's sort by blue and maybe a style. So she probably would be very basic style with maybe a little bit of boho to her. Basics and boho. I can see that being her vibe. Like something like this. Something that she can move in. You know what? I kind of like this. That's good. I don't think she'd be trendy, but I do think that she'd love a good mom jean because they're comfortable and she could walk to class with them and they'd go with what she wears. So I like those ones for sure. Or do I like the holes? No, I like the ones without the holes. Those ones are good. She's not a super girly girl, but I do think that she would wear some jewelry. And I do think that she would be a gold girl. Oh, that's cute. They both have moons on them. You know what? I'm keeping it. I like it. I think it's cute. And then I never gave any of my Bratz girls nails, and I always felt bad about it. But I think Katara would want her nails to be very plain. Or actually, she did get her nails done. Well, she went to the spa with Toph. So I do think that she would like to have her nails done. And I do think that they'd look like that. Let's give her some fun socks. Actually, those go up way further than I want them to. Let's not give her socks. She probably would be a sandals and flats girl. So honestly, I kind of want to give her these. I feel like those are what she would rock. And then formal wear. I don't know what on earth she's wearing right now, but we're going to take it off. It doesn't even match. I wish it did, but it does not. Okay. And then her hair okay. So apparently her eyelashes did not go to every outfit. Yeah, she just has eyelashes just in general. Okay. She did have earrings whenever they went to that party in Bossing Say. But let's do an updo. And the wavy tag is still on. So what would this be for? Prom, maybe? That one has the braids. I do like that. honestly, that might be our best bet. We can look in the long hair. Maybe she might wear it down for a special occasion. But if she wears it down all the time, then I don't know. Yeah, maybe let's keep it. And then let's give her some earrings. Actually, let's pick the dress first. She'd probably want everything to look perfect. So let's give her actually some lipstick. She definitely want it to be neutral. I say as I'm giving her a dark lipstick. You know what? I like that one. That one's cute. And then let's find her a dress. She would want to feel like a princess, even though she is like the baddest girl ever. Not like bad as in like horrible, but like she's a baddie, you know? Okay, maybe let's take off the boho and basics tag, even though I'm kind of loving this dress that she has on right now. Because I do think that she'd still want to be comfortable and not show too much. So the slit might be too much, but I don't know. Oh, that looks like the water. I really like that. I also like how shiny that one is, but this one is giving Whisper of Waves from Infinity Nikki, and I think that that's perfect. So now that we have, and I love that I said that she'd be a gold person, but this dress is silver. That's okay. Now that we have our dress, let's find some earrings. I feel like with such an overstated dress, she'd want to have something a little more simple for earrings. Maybe she would wear some of her grand pearl earrings. Yeah, that's cute. And then for other jewelry, is that too many pearls or do we have other pearls? I don't know, but the corsage goes on this one. I do think, what color flower would she get? Because would she go with Aang? Or, well, if they're in college, then it's not prom. So let's actually not do a corsage. So maybe let's just not have jewelry since she wouldn't want to overpower her dress. And then I did not put her nails on all of them, which was my bad. Maybe she would have different nails for her formal wear. I say that and then I give her the exact same nails. So let's actually just add these to everything. And then shoes, I do want to give her some heels. Something understated. Maybe these dark blue ones. You can't even really see them, but it's okay. And then athletic wear. Let's go ahead and change her hair. I think that she would wear... Okay, well, let's take off the eye makeup. And then she has on no eyeliner. She can keep her lashes. She has on no blush. Has on no lips. Has on no face paint. Okay, perfect. So let's do that pigtail look. Well, where is it? This one. Let's do this one. And then I can see her being kind of a little tennis fan or like pickleball fan. So let's find her a cute skirt. I kind of like that, actually. It's not super matchy-matchy, but I'm vibing with it. And then let's get her some socks. These ones, and then some sneakers. Maybe she'd wear something like this, but maybe darker. Yeah, that looks good. And then sleepwear. Yeah, she would not wear that. That's for sure. So let's take off her eye makeup. And then her hair, she'd probably wear her hair in a braid. Maybe not a French braid. Maybe this would be when she wore that other braid. This one's giving roomy. I wonder what it would look like in purple. Oh, that's pink. Anyways, maybe she'd wear her hair in a braid while she slept. I like that cute little bow. So maybe let's actually save the braid for hot weather. And we'll have her wear her hair down like this. She'll wear her hair down to sleep. And then I don't know if I want her to wear a full body outfit because like this is cute, or if I want her to wear a top and bottom. Actually, that looks like a towel. So maybe not a towel. She definitely want to be cozy, like comfy cozy. So what are our tags? We still have the fashion tags on. So maybe let's take off the boho and the basics. Maybe that will help. I do like this, but maybe that's more cold weather than sleep. I don't know. I like it though. It would be very comfy to sleep in. And I think I've made it my Sims sleepwear before. And then shorts like that, or even these, but maybe it would be like white instead of blue. And then she would also want slippers, and maybe she'd have bunny slippers too, but in white. Or would she be more practical and she'd want like house shoes? Honestly, these ones kind of were the vibe. So let's keep them with us. And then for party wear, she probably would wear a dress. I think I'm going to keep her everyday hair and see what we have in short dresses. I like the overalls look, but none of these are allowing her to wear her mother's necklace. This one is. I do think Katara has a grunge vibe to her. Like she's got that unspoken dark side to her. So maybe I kind of like that. And maybe parties is when she would kind of let that side of her come out. So let's give her her jewelry back. Or maybe she'd wear multiple rings. And then maybe she'd also wear some tights. Nothing too salacious, but maybe something gray. And then I want to bring back these blue socks and see if there are any, see about those boots that I like. These ones. Oh, darn, you can't see the socks. You can in those, but do I really want to not have her wear these boots that I like? Because the answer is no. And actually, might have her wear the white ones. And then for swimwear, I think I'm going to have her wear her hair down again. And then no eye makeup. And then she'd probably wear, she does kind of wear a two-piece in the show. So let's find something that would be the same two-piece kind of vibe. Because I don't think that she'd be comfortable showing a whole bunch of skin. So maybe not quite that though. Because I think she's learning to let go. I do like that wrap, but do I like the colors that it comes in? Because I don't know that I do. Does this match? That does not match. Why is it blue with a black wrap instead? Makes no sense. So maybe she'd wear something like this. And then for hot weather, I do want to put her in the braid, like the cottage living braid, if I can find it. Yeah. And then would she wear a hat? Because I feel like if she knew about the effects of the sun and UV rays, I do think that she'd be super into that. And then probably also wear sunglasses, but they'd be cool sunglasses. I could see her wearing aviators. There we go. Let's have her wear aviators for sure. And then would she wear a dress? No, I don't think she would. I think she'd wear a top. And then this is cute. Let's keep that in mind. Or we could be inspired by her Fire Nation outfit, because she did wear a crop top and a skirt. So maybe this is part of her letting go. So maybe this one. And I do like that she probably would wear shorts. Like I think that she would. And I do like these shorts, but I also really like those. Or would she want something more comfortable? Or would she want something cute? Or would she want something simple? These are the questions. But all of these are so short. Why don't we have just like regular like shorts? Maybe that's where we'd have like the holy shorts. Maybe it'd be this, because they're a little bit long in the back too. And then she'd probably still wear jewelry even in the summer, but maybe she'd only wear like the minimal stuff. And then she would wear sandals again. I don't think that she'd be a gladiator sandals girl, but maybe, no, I like the other one. Maybe she'd wear something like this. And then for cold weather, she'd probably put her hair, I guess like this. Let's keep it like this. And then she'd wear something on her head, maybe. Probably not. So let's look at some full body outfits. That's really cute, but is that the move? No, you know what? Let's look at top and bottom stuff. Let's see what we can find here first, because I don't like any of those. I almost think that she should wear a sweater, like a sweater and jacket, or maybe just a sweater. Maybe this would be inside Katara, and it's not as cold as the South Pole. What about this one? You can't see her necklace though, which is unfortunate, but it tucks into jeans, and I think I want to put her back in those mom jeans. Or do they look better in the skinny jeans? Maybe in the skinny jeans, so then she can wear boots. And then I want to put her in maybe something like these, or maybe these laundry day boots, or should they be these get together boots? I kind of like the laundry day boots. Okay, so that is Katara. And now, because I'm cheeky and I'm a Zutara shipper, I'm going to do Zuko. So Zuko, I guess let's go up here, make this sim a male. I did create his scar. And so I'm probably going to have that footage like here now while I'm doing like his name and stuff. So his name is Zuko, but I don't know what I should make his last name, because it should be very like fiery. And I don't want to use Spanish again, or it should be something hot. Ooh, Latin is Ignis. So maybe let's do that. And then let's go ahead and work on his aspiration. So, I mean, he wants to regain his honor. And after he does that, I mean, he wants to teach the Avatar firebending. He wants to, I guess, be a good Fire Lord. I kind of want to say that his thing is super parent, because he wants to be better than his father. But maybe, is there something about like just, yeah, let's make inner peace. Maybe restoring his honor is like an inner peace type thing. Which is really funny because he's hot-headed. So that's going to be his like first thing, is he's hot-headed. He's also cringe, very cringe. I don't think that he would do that though. So is there So is there something that's like similar to cringe, but it's just awkward? Socially awkward. It's literally right there. So let's just make him socially awkward. And then he's none of those. So probably one of these traits. I don't want to make him skeptical. That doesn't really sound like him. Maybe it can be one of these other ones. He is ambitious. So maybe let's make him hot-headed, ambitious, and socially awkward, because that sounds just like him for sure. So what does he like to do? I really don't know. Because he doesn't do a lot of things for himself. And even whenever he has some downtime, he doesn't seem to be like doing anything for himself. Because even whenever they went to the beach, he plays like volleyball because Azula told him to. But what would he do outside of searching for his honor? Maybe he'd get into tea. So let's do apothecary and let's do mixology for that. He probably would want to do something very calm. Maybe he'd also be into gardening, because feeding turtle ducks is not on here. But maybe he would bake the bread that the turtle ducks eat. He probably would go fishing because he knows how to do that. And if he has problems sleeping, then he'd probably sleep outside because he's not used to not being in a boat and not being a fugitive, which is really sad. I've been giving him sad hobbies or sad reasons for these hobbies. I also think that he would dabble in writing. And then he obviously likes red and probably black. Actually, no, I don't think he would. I think he just likes red. He doesn't really like to talk. So he probably wouldn't be... He doesn't like small talk though. Hates it. But he'd probably enjoy some stories. And that's probably about it. I don't know about this one. I don't know whether to say that he would enjoy emotional decision makers or not. Because I feel like when it comes to his uncle, he wouldn't. But he also kind of told Sokka not to think everything through. So, I don't know. He probably likes people who like to be at home though. And he does not like spirited sims. Oh, well, I don't want to like or dislike that, because that would mean that he wouldn't like Sokka. And that's not true. So I do think that he would like, let's put Japanese folk music. And I think he probably would be into retro music because of his uncle. And he has an appreciation for the world now that he's, been around everywhere. So maybe let's put world music too. And then let's get to work on him. So this doesn't look a thing like him. So let's get started on his face. He definitely has a not very happy face. Thin lips that are constantly in a scowl. His whole head is very like gaunt and thin. And let's give him a pointy chin, because his face is way more angular than anybody else's. And he kind of does have a long chin. And he's got a cute little nose, which is so funny. Honestly, the nose that this sim has probably is the best nose for him. And he is more Asian inspired, like visually. So I do want to make his eyes a little bigger and make his cheekbones rather high. But I don't want him to look old. So hopefully he's not looking old. Okay, let's do these brows. They are very thin. So actually these might be the correct brows. And let's actually put them inward, because he is kind of, not always happy. Let's give him these light brown eyes, because they don't really have like the same amber color. Oh, they do. They do. That's it right there. But I don't want to make him too stoic, so let's just give him that. I don't know. And then let's give him... None of these hairs scream Book 3 Zuko, which is unfortunate. That is unfortunate problem, because all of the base game ones are very like... That's the problem. It has wavy. So maybe if we took off the wavy, that would help. Newsflash, it did not help. I did make his scar though, so let's add his scar, and maybe that will help. Okay, it's not my best that I've ever done, but I tried. And honestly, I can kind of fix a little bit of it, maybe. And unfortunately, we can't have just one eyebrow. So let's go to tattoos. We will go to face tattoo, then we'll go to paint mode, and then we'll go to that color and go to stamps. And then now I don't know how to actually okay. So I need to make that darker. Okay. I'm slowly learning how to do this. So maybe that's the move, actually. Maybe that's the move. Okay. We do need to make him a little kind of muscular, but also kind of scrawny. So he needs to be the right balance of muscular and scrawny. Okay. I don't know that I like this hair. I can't believe that none of these hairs are giving Zuko. This honestly might be the best one that I found. And that makes me really sad. Actually, that one's not bad. I kind of just want something Book 3 but also not ugly. Does that make sense? And some of these guys' hairs are ugly. So that one or Snowy Escape or Eco Lifestyle. Honestly, the Snowy Escape one looks really good. So let's do that one. And I even covered his ear too. So poor guy. So I feel like if Sokka was preppy, I think Zuko would be polished in a slightly emo way. I don't know why. That really that feels right to me. I don't know why. Definitely this vibe. But leather. Kind of like Dante Bosco. So think about his voice actor and kind of the stuff that he wears or his character in Date Everything. That's kind of the vibe that I want to give for him for modern day Zuko. So actually, you know what? Instead of doing style, let's sort by some packs. So I want to do high school years. I want to do life and death. Do maybe not vampires, maybe werewolves. And then I also want to do grunge revival and urban homage. Those are the things that I want to sort by. And those will be where we get most, if not all, of his outfits. I don't know. I kind of dig that. That's really nice. That one might be a little too baggy. So maybe this would be, but it's got a lot of moon stuff on it. And he definitely rises with the sun. So, but that one, he just needs a leather jacket over this. And I think that would be the look. Okay, so actually I think he'd also be the type of person who wore a beanie. So let's do, I don't like that it's white. I like this one. Let's do this one. That's fine. Well, it doesn't lay down in the back. I need it to lay down in the back. Do they all look like that? No, I like this one. But I don't want it to be black. I want it to be red. Okay, so pants. I think he'd also wear jeans. Definitely ripped jeans. Dark ripped jeans. I kind of like those. Yeah, I kind of like these. I like the patches on them. Or do I like... no, I like these Strangerville ones. But are they too short? Or do I like these Eco Lifestyle ones? I like the Eco Lifestyle ones. Those ones are the move. They're good. And then he probably would also have socks. Just regular socks though. And then he'd also be a sneaker person. So if Aang is an Adidas person and Sokka's a high top Converse person, Zuko would definitely be the skater Vans person. But I think that he'd have just regular ones. Thought we had other Vans, but maybe those are the Vans that I was looking at. Or maybe he would have classic Vans. Yeah, classic Vans is the move. Okay, so formal. Let's look at, I guess, the full body outfits. But instead of blue, we will sort by red. And I still want to have the same packs. So high school years, life and death, werewolves, grunge revival, urban homage. And that doesn't really give us anything, but kind of like that. Is that too dapper for Zuko though? No, because then what else would it be? Like that, and I feel like that's too much. But he's a prince, so maybe that is the move. And then we need to have some matching pants. Are these the matching pants? Are there not matching pants? Why are there not matching pants? That's what I want to know. Of everything. These don't match. What the heck? Okay, those kind of match. Okay. And then he is a prince, so he would probably... Well, you can't really see this anyway, so it's not like it matters. Because with things like this, he'd probably have to look nicer. So maybe we can slick back his hair. Okay, that's not the same. Okay. I don't know what character I'm thinking of that he looks like, but he kind of gives me Daniel Day Kim vibes. And I don't know why. Okay, and then he's gonna need some socks because he does know how to dress. He just doesn't like to do it. And then he would probably just wear black, like that. And then athletic wear, every single time, they always give Sims piercings in athletic wear. And that doesn't make any sense to me. Why? So the equivalent of practicing firebending in the modern day age. Maybe let's give him something that looks similar to what he wears in the series, like his book 3 outfit. I mean, that kind of does. Maybe that's his college shirt. I don't know. Because what is this? Oh, that's a cheer uniform. And well, he's not a cheerleader, but he does matchy match for sure. But that just seems too long. So maybe we'll take off the tags. Wish that there was a way to uncheck all of these pack tags at once. I know that they fixed the pack thing or whatever, but I also saw that it is breaking people's games, so I don't really want to mess with the pack selector. Maybe just oh, I like this. But is that athletic wear? Like, I feel like he'd be bundled up in the cold, so I don't know that that would truly be like sleepwear thing. I don't know, it says it's under athletic wear, so maybe he'd wear layers. Maybe that would be his like top layer. I don't know, but I kind of like it, not gonna lie. And then I have a feeling he'd be a pants guy, so maybe those, or he is a rich kid, so maybe these Moschino ones. Yeah, we keep forgetting that he is in fact a rich kid, so, and I have a feeling that he would work out barefoot because he'd probably take some pointers from his uncle. This is looking more like sleepwear, but I don't think that he'd wear this in sleepwear, so maybe he'd be a Tai Chi practitioner, which is funny because that's what waterbending is based on, but like, I feel like he'd take some points from his uncle and like do stuff like that and also do some cardio. So, but maybe let's give him some sneakers just to be on like the safe side. Maybe he'd wear something like those. I don't actually think so. Maybe something like these. And then sleepwear. Now, why are we wearing goat hooves to bed? Okay, I do think that he would be wearing a baggy t-shirt. So I do like that one. I do like the vibe of that. And maybe we should have changed his athletic wear and his sleepwear. And then some shorts. I think we could put him in these longer-ish ones. Maybe we'll put him in black. There we go. He just wears like a t-shirt and shorts to bed. And then party wear. Now we can't forget that he is in fact a rich kid. So we got to keep that in mind. And also, what kind of party is this? Is this like a frat party? Because maybe he'd be like slightly more dressed up than every day, but still everyday vibes. Let's be real, Zuko wouldn't be at a party unless the gang made him go to one. I mean, whenever he went to a party at the beach, he didn't really dress up compared to the girls. He still kind of just wore what he wore to the beach. So maybe he'd wear like something every day. I do kind of like that. It's not bad. It still is very him. And then pants. He still would probably wear jeans, but maybe not with holes. So maybe he would wear jeans with holes. I don't know. It's not a lot of jeans without holes in this that are party and masculine and red. So maybe we can give him these. I don't know. That sounds okay. And then we'll give him some socks. And then he'll have his Vans again. For sure wearing his Vans. And then swimwear. It was too hot at the beach. So he'd probably, because he was under the umbrella, so he'd probably want to wear sunglasses for sure. Maybe he'd also wear some aviators. I don't know. I want to give him a hat, but they don't really have hats to give. And then I don't think that he'd be much of a swimmer. So maybe he'd just wear something like this that he could take off. And then some swim trunks. Maybe just regular swim trunks. Or maybe these ones from Spa Day. All those ones are kind of short though. Those look like regular shorts. So maybe just these. Oh yeah, these ones are fine. These ones are fine. Maybe just those. And then hot weather. He definitely does not like the heat. So let's take off this necklace first and these piercings. And let's get him a hat, something that covers his head, because he's not a hat person. But I don't know that he would be caught dead in a bucket hat. I don't know. Maybe this. Well, but it's knitted though, so maybe, I don't know. That looks like a sports hat. I don't know. Maybe the bucket hat. Maybe it could have been knitted for him. And then his sunglasses again. And then he'd wear a t-shirt for sure. This is kind of giving the right vibe. It's still layered. I feel like he would like the layered look. Or would that be too hot? Or maybe we should do this. Maybe this t-shirt is the right move. Yeah, the t-shirt's the right move. And then even in the heat, I feel like he would still wear pants. So maybe let's take off the red tag and the fact that it's hot weather. I think that would help. And just find some jeans. Oh, those are skinny jeans. I didn't know that. And no, he probably would wear different jeans because don't forget, he is fundamentally a rich kid. But I do think that he maybe would rock the belt. Okay, and then shoes. I think he actually has rings on. Yeah, he does. So let's take the rings off. Why are those the hot weather socks? Why can't we just have regular socks as hot weather socks? And then we're going to put him back in his Vans. And apparently Vans are not hot weather. That's really stupid. These game tags in this game, I don't understand, like at all. And then we're going to go to cold weather. And he definitely would bundle up. I don't know if anyone's seen like it was like 2012 maybe. And there was like really, I don't know. It was like modern day The Gang, and they were like dressed up for like Christmas or something. And I don't know, it was really cute. And I wonder if I could find that. Let's use that as inspiration. I found the exact one. It's winter 2011. Maybe that's what I should have picked, but like these are literally this is probably why I feel like he would be an emo kid. So I'm gonna I'm gonna save this image. That's so funny. And then I'm gonna show it because this is exactly what I thought of. That's so funny. And that's where I got this entire like thing for him, like vibe, I guess. The entire vibe comes from this picture, just so you know. Like everything that I'm putting Zuko in, I remembered seeing this on like fandom Instagram as a 11-year-old child. I just wish that the jacket was puffier. This is it. That's the vibe. And then he has his hands in his pockets, so I don't really know what he would wear, but I feel like it would be black jeans. I mean, that he literally has black jeans on that too, but still. So let's give him gloves. And he probably would wear really nice gloves. Ooh, those have a flame on them. I like that. Oh, let's give him some socks. Because he'd want to be bundled up. He's not a cold person. I can just feel that. But I can't believe that I saw that. That's so cute. And honestly, I kind of was spot on with Katara's outfit too. Except for in this picture, he has sneakers. But maybe let's give him some like short boots. Because he would have different shoes for the different outfits, that's for sure. And maybe there's a lot of black in this outfit, so maybe we do need to balance this out. Maybe we do need to have the black beanie. But that is Zuko. I mean, she's kind of wearing a puffy jacket. So I guess let's maybe find a puffy jacket. Maybe we'll be inspired by that for her too. But she's not wearing anything over her head. She's wearing a headband. So, but I got the boots and the skinny jeans, right? That's so funny. I can't believe that I like remembered that. What is this? That's what I was looking for Zuko. What the heck? It's under feminine wear. Well, let's just keep her in the sweater because I'm not seeing anything that really sticks out to me unless we put her in this. No, let's keep her in sweater. This has already gone on long enough. So we have Katara and Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. And so now they are on my... I don't think that that's what he would look like in his picture. That's better. I'm going to share it to the gallery, and then now they are up there. If anybody wants it, I have Katara and I have Zuko. So anyways, I'm going to leave that here and say thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.